There's more Super League action coming up live on Sky Sports on Thursday as Hull FC host the Wigan Warriors, 7:30 Sky Sports 3. And we'll see the champion St Helens in action on Friday when they host Hull Kingston Rovers. That's Sky Sports 3 again, 7:30. That's next week in Perpignan. In round 22, it's Catalan Dragons 6, Huddersfield Giants 6. Two sides capable of putting points on the scoreboard, but not so in the first half, and one of the contributing factors will be the handling errors.
Well, this seems to be the story of the first half, doesn't it? Where the ball's been slippy, there's some forced passes, there's some lack of concentration as well, and there's also been 10 penalties, 6 of those going in favour of the Huddersfield Giants. So both of these sides need to just make sure they tidy things up, and I'm sure that both coaches would have talked about possession, making sure you keep control of that ball, don't turn it over cheaply like they have been doing.
Both sides have been as guilty as one another. It does zap your energy when you can't seem to keep hold of the ball, you can't get to the kicks, and I agree with you, Tez. I think the side that settles down, focuses on the fundamentals of this game, completing high, making the most of possession will win.
Two sides emerging. Just a quick congratulations to a group of fans who've ridden from London to Perpignan to be at this game today, raising funds for Prostate Cancer UK funds and awareness, including Huddersfield's Bourne, Graham and Claire Dogood, Andy Preston, Southend Spartans chairman Steve Drew driving the support vehicle. Long, hot journey for them to Perpignan to see this game. Let's hope it perks up in the second half, because it's not been one of the best. There's been contributory factors. I'm sure that Whitehead incident so early in the game, and it looked so serious, has probably knocked the stuffing out of a lot of players. I mean, they've seen a lot of it, but it must be very difficult when you see a player go down like that.
Look, both of these sides in 4th spot because of their form this season. They didn't start so well, lost the opening 3 games, but they've certainly turned that around. And I'm sure we're in for some tries in this second half.
Well, Huddersfield, remember, without Danny Brough for the opening 9 minutes or so of the second half, after that sin binning late on. So it's an opportunity for Catalan to capitalise on numerical supremacy. Pelissier, here's Louis Anderson. Luke Robinson, he's brave, little Luke Robinson, isn't he? He's stood his ground there, put his body on the line.
And everyone picks him out all the time because he is one of the smallest men. I'll tell you what, he's up to every challenge.
And what they do, players like that, they make it, instead of it being a weakness, they make it a strength. Front up when they come to time to defend, and then when they've got the ball, their agility, their speed, it really exposes those big fellas.
Aaron Murphy back to gather that long, deep kick from Giroud. Grix. Here is the try scorer for the Giants in this game. 1 try in this game per side. McGilvray got that for the Huddersfield Giants to break the deadlock.
Pelissier picked a knock up then. You just see him getting back on side at the top of your screen. He doesn't look 100% right.
Here's Craig Kopjak now for Huddersfield. The 2013 Wales captain, Kopjak. Kick driven downfield. Oh dear me! And Krishnan Inu, well, we've praised his handling skills, which he demonstrated with that try, but just too casual there, maybe.
Do you know, and this is all it takes. The ball takes a wicked bounce. It's going to go over his head. He just thought he could tap the ball down into his left hand. Both sides getting through the set to 6. There was no overplaying from neither of them. They both got to the kicks. The kick came in. And the mistake from Christian Inu.
Pelissier is still limping. You see him in the orange boots.
Go on.
Seemed to twist his ankle.
There's about 5 players there with orange boots on.
Well, the one that's limping.
And wearing number 16.
With Pelissier on his back.
Here is Michael Lawrence, the one making the tackle there.
10 metres wait, go good.
Pelissier it was. Huddersfield then, because of that knock-on from Chris Inu, with a great opportunity early in this second half to put some more points on the board. Grix clung onto that ball, clocked the on-rushing Catalan defenders. Busquets it was. Robinson, Kopjak once more, cut down by Botteri's tackle. Quick play the ball though, good work from Huddersfield. Jamie Ellis trying to step infield. Busquets up close and personal with that tackle. Robinson, Grix, little kick. Inu's got work to do here. McGilvery's got his hands to it, and Escaré bats the ball dead, and Joe Cobb, decisive decision-making from him.
Well, because Danny Bruff's not on the park, the ball goes to Scott Grix. He was going to be the go-to man, and Jermaine McGilvery gets over his opposite, pats the ball back inside, looking for Leroy Cudjoe, but Morgan Escaré there to clean up.
I wonder whether Leroy Cudjoe has maybe ruined the fact he didn't work a little bit harder there. Jermaine McGilvery's always going to climb up and make it a contest and a challenge, and if he's a couple of metres further, he might have got something.
Murphy secures the ball and then feeds Kopjak, who's turned onto his back. Pelissier seems to have run off that knock. Lawrence ships it on to Dan Smith. Looks older than his 22 years, Dan Smith. Robinson, quick hands now from Huddersfield. Cudjoe once more, but good defence again from Catalan. Robinson, Jamie Ellis, here is Smith. Pelissier down low, Pomeroy up top for the Catalan Dragons. Just inching their way forward, Huddersfield. Akumatai, and then the ball goes to ground off Joe Wardle, and Anderson counters, and Anderson will find Escaré. It's Krishnan Inu, I beg your pardon, and Escaré's got some pace. Have Huddersfield got the pace to catch him? They won't, because Escaré will just get there. Valiant attempt from Jack Hughes, I think it was, but Krishnan Inu with the breakout, and Escaré with the finish under the post. First points of the second half. And the handling error, where we picked it out at half-time, the handling errors, that one proved costly for the Huddersfield Giants.
There's a pirouette from Akumatai, who passes the ball. It's a bit too low for Joe Wardle, who rather than fall on it, drop on it, kicks it into the path of Inu, who feeds the speedster. Well done, Jack Hughes. He tags him, but unfortunately it's not enough to stop the try. Wonderful break from Catalan Dragons here. And a nice pacey finish from the young French fullback. We saw plenty of those in 2015. Right under the H's.
Giroud from bang in front of those posts to put Catalan Dragons 12-6 up. Formality for Super League's top goal kicker. 72nd of the season, 73rd of the season in fact, converting this try from Morgan Escaré.
Well, you feel that if the Scottish international Joe Wardle would have taken that ball, there could have been a try for Huddersfield, but Morgan Escaré, Krishnan Inu didn't have the legs, he passes it on to that man, and I agree, Jack Hughes trying everything, tries to push him over the line to make him make the mistake, but he wasn't going to do that, the young Frenchman.
Well, in the hot conditions, sometimes it's the little shortcuts you take. When Joe Wardle, who's a much better player than he showed when he dropped the ball, then backed it up by not diving on the ball, securing it, making sure no advantage was gained after that. I'm sure if he rewound that and did that again, he'd drop on it.
It was Escaré underneath a very deep restart from Jamie Ellis. So Catalan ahead. Ooh, and that's adventurous, given the handling errors we've seen in this game.
Do you know, can you take that away from Catalan? Is that in their DNA where they just play? We see it from Hull KR. Again, no matter who they're missing, they just want to play that ball, try and play out the way out of trouble.
Shambles of a play the ball there. Danny Bruff alongside Chris Thorman on the sidelines for Huddersfield, waiting to come back on. Giroud just signals to Busquets.
Yeah, just
that way, son.
Just calm it down, take it in, let's play it. Give me a quick play of the ball so I can get a kick away under no pressure.
Well, Murphy's under pressure, and Inu's done well to bat it backwards. Still on the last. Gigot turns, then little grubber kick for him, but Pelissier wasn't quite ready for that one. and McGilvray will counter. Ducks under the first tackle. That was sneaky.
Bill, and that's all it is. It's about a bit of game management. Scott Giroud just telling Busquets, go forward, win me that play the ball, I'll get the ball up in the air, we'll put pressure on the opponents, and now they're just getting a touch carried away, give the penalty away, trap them in good position on the part where you want to defend. But sometimes the game is that simple. Just win me that play the ball.
Well, what about the extra effort? And Jermaine McGilvray, he earns his side of penalty. It was a swinging arm that went over the top of his head from Louis Anderson, got back up, struggled another 3 or 4 metres. That's why his peers and opponents respect McGilvray so much. It's his hard work and work ethic.
Here is Jack Hughes, so close to denying Morgan Escaré that try, because he could have, I don't think Escaré knew he was there, it could have dislodged the ball, but just couldn't get there. Brough is back on the field, involved in this move. Akuma Tai having a great season, his 3rd season for the Huddersfield Giants, playing the ball, quick hands, Kopjak, another forward pass in the eyes of the Catalan supporters. Nothing given by the referee, because it wasn't. Hands out wide, McGilvray is in for a second try. And once more, Catalan imploring the referee not to allow that one, but referee Cobb sees nothing wrong with the final pass, and McGilvray is in for his second try of the game.
Well, he's under pressure, Joe Cobb. Scott Giroud come from one side of the pitch to the other. He thinks that this ball from Grix is forward.
I think that is forward.
Yeah, you think? I'm sure it's forward, Stuart. Going at the line as soon as Jermaine McGilvray catches this. He passes it, his foot is just over the white line.
Oh dear.
Seeing that because Scott Grix continues with his run going forward, it gives the impression to the referee, Joe Cobb, that it doesn't go forward.
Well, to be honest, I mean, there's a touches at the side there. He's got a good view of his hands. Yeah. That's what he should be looking at. And that's clearly come out of the hands going forward.
Well, Jordan Rankin did a similar pass last night against Hull KR in the Hull derby, and that looked a little bit suspicious, but Scott Grix passes that ball. A good finish from McGilvray again. Let's not forget, it's his hard work that earned the penalty, got them on the front foot, began the momentum and gave him his 14th try of the year.
I just want to explain about Scott Grix. Because he didn't pass the ball and just stop, because he went forward, it gives the impression to the referee that the ball was a clean ball. If he stops, well, he's going to call it straight away that it's a forward pass.
Ellis once more with the kicking duties. Brough not being given that task in this game, but Ellis is a very able deputy. And this to level the scores once again, which he does do, no problems. And McGilvray with his second try of this game, as they've said, the guy's 14th try of the season, his 6th in the last 6 games.
Well, we were complaining about the lack of points in the first half. We've got as many in the first 10 minutes of the second. And we think back to that Salford fixture early on in the year when it was a 40-all draw. I don't believe we're going to get to that, but both sides trying to get some ascendance, trying to get on the front foot in this game.
Well, they drew 22-all in Newcastle, a game that Catalan felt they should have won. 16-0 down they came back from to lead 22-16, and then those closing minutes, and they lost Todd Carney as well for, well, he's still out, another injury. Dan Smith now for the Huddersfield Giants, newly recruited from Wakefield. Anthony Mullally going the other way for the remainder of the season before he joins up with the Leeds Rhinos. Escaré gathers that ball.
But wasn't that a good kick from Jamie Ellis on the third play? Didn't want to make any mistakes. Here they are now, really condensed. They're getting off the line, both sides trying to intimidate, trying to put pressure on, and there's a problem.
It's Jordan Sigismo who's taken a knock. Second time in the game he's picked up a bang. The new recruit, Jordan Sigismo.
As he was getting up to play that ball, here's the contact, here's the impact. And you watch the look of pain on his face. There it is. He's in some discomfort.
Well, he had a good stint at Whitehaven, along with his compatriot Louis Jouffret, who's still playing for Haven. Just a quick word about our colleague Ian Proctor, who's still out of action, and we hope he's back on his feet and back in action soon. We're indebted to him. All these statistics that I'm mangling today, courtesy of Ian Proctor. I'm not doing them justice. Catalan in possession after another stoppage. Stop-start sort of game here from virtually the 3rd minute, and we hope Elliot Whitehead is back on his feet too. Rampaging run from Benjamin Garcia there. Pelissier, they get a quick play the ball. This is where Catalan can be dangerous if they can hold on to possession, but they can't.
Well, Tony Gigo wasn't expecting that ball. I know you should always expect it, but you could see that he stopped his run. He didn't think that player was on. He should have kept on pushing up strong. He was an option then. You got to push up. These are the honest players. Never give up on your teammate who's carrying that ball. Remy Casty's back on the number 10 with his arm in the dirt. He's got a skull cap on. Don't give up on Scott Giroux here. Just because Lawrence is in front here and Aaron Murphy.
I think that's exactly why he gave up on that ball. I think Michael Lawrence was in front of him.
So Huddersfield's head and feed, and here's Aaron Murphy now. Michael Lawrence. Big on defence, Lawrence. That's probably why Tony Gigo took a second look. Top jack. Robinson now. Here's Brough. And Akuma Tai on the charge.
He's been tremendous this year, Akuma Tai.
And he ran at Scott Giroux.
Yeah.
There's a strip. There's a strip on the ball. And it's big man on little man. And you get those big runners on the edge, on the fringe, players like Ferris, Anderson, Whitehead. It's Kuma Tai on that occasion. They look like they're going to go for the 2 points here.
Well, in a game as tight as this, where points have proved so difficult to come by, then that's the obvious call for the Giants. And Jamie Ellis hasn't missed.
Bill, and that's the play on the left edge. Give an early ball to Akuma Tai, let him pick his target. His target is obviously going to be the smaller man who's in front of him. Because even if he doesn't break free, he's going to take some energy out of Scott Giroux.
And Tony Gigo's on that side as well. He's a wonderful player with the ball in hand, lovely balance, but certainly his defence isn't his strong point. And big Akuma Tai, who's a difficult man to deal with. I think that's a special for him this afternoon.
So Ellis to put the Giants back in front. They led 6-0, they trailed 12-6. They now lead by 14 points to 12. And they're battling their way to what could be a very important victory in front of a good contingent of Giant supporters enjoying the warm weather in the southwest of France.
Well, Jamie Ellis and Danny Brough will just be trying to lift the lads around them, trying to inspire them, need to play with a bit more energy, enthusiasm. Make sure they don't make a mistake as well in this set of 6.
It was close when these two sides met in the playoffs last year, of course, a memorable match, and Catalan ending Huddersfield's hopes of an Old Trafford appearance with that 18-16 win at the John Smith Stadium. That after they'd eliminated Leeds as well.
Was that the game when the lights went out, Bill?
I think it was.
It was, wasn't it?
Well, this hasn't been one of the most illuminating games. That's a knock-on. 2 knock-ons, or knocks-on, says the referee. And the first one by Huddersfield. So Catalan head and feed. And it's the Huddersfield Giants' turn to feel hard done by. He looks 17, doesn't he, Lucas Albert?
He does. And this is the gamble of going for those 2 points. You don't complete your set of 6, you don't get to your kick, you turn the ball over close to your line.
Casti there with that scrum cap. I think it's the first time I've seen him wearing one of those. So head and feed. Oh, Giroud stretching for that pass from Pelissier. Here is Gigot. Wardle with the tackle, and not surprisingly.
Now sorry, Bill, I was going to say the Catalan go for 2 points here. Tony Gigot gets on outside of Joe Wardle, and as you can see, just clamps hold of his left leg. In a bit of discomfort as well. You can see just has hold of it, won't let go of it.
Does he do any more than that?
To be fair as well, as he has hold of it here, and as he's getting up,
he's got to let go before he gets up there. That's where the penalty comes from.
Yeah, of course it is.
Let's go. Let go when you're getting up off the floor, not when you're at the top of your stand.
Well, Gigot is back on his feet, and
take the points. Okay.
They are going to go for 2.
Kick for goal.
This was just about where Giroud missed from in that game against the Giants in Newcastle. About that angle, that distance, hit the post.
Well, he'll take his time with this one. So from getting a 2-point lead to then making a mistake to then giving a penalty away, this is to level it up again. He won't rush it, Bill.
Why would you rush anything in temperatures like this? And Gigot just taking a swig in the background as Giroud attempts to bring the scores level once again. Oh, he's missed. Giroud pushes that one wide, and Huddersfield hold on to that 14-12 advantage.
Well, at least they're going to get the ball back here now. And Huddersfield not rushing to take it, just taking the time, bringing it back to the 20. Danny Brough will get some distance on this kick. Get it away from his try line.
Hit that one on the run. Oh, what a great outcome that is. Lucas Albert, well, he had to go for that. It was a wicked, wicked restart from Brough.
It was always swinging away from him. I think he'd made the decision when the ball was a lot further away, and as it got closer towards him, he got closer towards the sideline. And Danny Brough will tell you he's played for that.
Do you know, he's a magician, isn't he? Not only with the ball in hand, but his kicking game, it's one of the best in Super League. And young Albert, well, I agree, he had to go for that. Maybe, I'm not sure whether it was Pomeroy who was stood on the touchline. He calls for that ball, he goes forward, he catches it. He's not rushing to the sideline, towards the sideline.
Yeah, he was pointing in the right direction, wasn't he?
Yep. Again, well, look at the strength there.
Yeah, Akuma Tai on the charge, the Tongan international. Another one of the ever-presents, another penalty. Gigot protesting his innocence, but beaming. Akuma Tai gets to his feet.
Stuart, at what point does Joe Cobb speak to the Catalan Dragons with a succession of penalties like that?
Well, you'd think he'd be getting close, especially with the last 5 out of 6 penalties have all been for interference. So there's obviously an issue there for him. So you want to get control of that before we get into the final stages.
Jack Hughes takes Huddersfield closer to that Catalan try line. Robinson. Dan Smith now. Casti and Busquet bringing him to the ground. Robinson once more fires the pass out. Here is Brough over the top, finds Murphy. Murphy skipping back in field, but the defenders are there and they push him back whence he came. But Murphy clings on. Here's Brough once more. Now Akuma Tai. Cling on to him. It takes a big effort from Busquet to do that. 4 tackles gone this set of 6. Robinson, just a stuttering play the ball as Brough puts the kick in. Griggs can't get there, and it's Pomeroy who does for the Catalan Dragons. Ricochets off Robinson. and then 3 of the Giants eventually stop his progress.
Well, it was Huddersfield jerseys coming a hunting from every direction then. Then Pomeroy gets the ball cleanly, gets into the field of play. And gets Catalan and gives them that opportunity to get down the other end of the pitch.
And they're trying to deny them that progress. Of the Huddersfield Giants. Important for Catalan that they survived that, because you sense that there's not going to be a lot between these two come the end of this game. Giroud again thumps a kick deep downfield, and that's going to bobble away over the dead ball line at the swimming pool end.
Bill, and there was a strange decision then for me as Earl Crabtree comes back onto the pitch. I don't know why they didn't go for the 2 points again, just to take it out to a try, 4 points in front. A position where they got the penalty, where they received the penalty, I'm sure it would have been 2 points from Jamie Ellis. So they chose to run it, it didn't come off. But as a player, you've got to back yourself, haven't you?
The Giants in 4th place going into this game, 11 wins, 2 draws to their name. And looking for another win here in Perpignan, where only Leeds have triumphed this season. It's been the thing that's kept Catalan in the hunt for the top 8, in fact, because their away form has been so abysmal, just that win at Wakefield. Great step from Danny Brough, and Brough opening up the Catalan defence. The kick is too strong, and Sigismo will try and get out of trouble, bats a couple of them aside, but ran out of room there, the winger.
Bill, and there's a problem with Remy Casti as well, because when Danny Brough gets the ball, he spots that Remy Casti just pulls out of the tackle as though he's done some damage, and then, as he always does, he just plays what's in front of him. Danny Brough comes up with the kick, and there's Remy Casti going off. So good play, good vision from Danny Brough here. Look, left foot step, eyes up playing. You can just see that Remy Casti goes over on his ankle. He just has a little roll. So he's been in the wars, hasn't he?
Do you want to know which leg it is that he's a...
It's his right leg, isn't it?
It's the one with the strapping on.
You're on a roll, aren't you, with your medical diagnoses? Here's Craig Hubie, back on the field after a breather. Crucial in this stifling heat in Perpignan, we're told. Very, very muggy. Humidity is high. Hubie once more was looking to get that pass away. Huddersfield looking for the try that would put some distance between themselves and the Dragons. Here's Crabtree, and Crabtree, oh, big hit on Crabtree.
That was Louis Anderson, wasn't it? Who gets off the line. The Kumatai screaming for this ball opposite Scott Giroud again.
Little chip kick ahead. Good work from Ellis. Oh, and Ellis couldn't quite get there. And they're going to go back. It's a tap on the 20 after all that. I thought Catalan had got a touch to that, but referee saw it go dead under its own steam, Stuart.
Yeah, I don't think there was a touch there. Just went dead. He actually stopped the 20-metre restart being taken quickly because they passed the ball on the way back to the 20-metre line.
Here's Tony Gigot now into the final quarter of this game. Lengthy stoppage in the first half when Elliot Whitehead was treated for that head clash. Jeff Lima and Catalan, well, it's really, really tough for them now because Casti looks as though he's not going to be able to come back on. Whitehead long gone after that injury.
Oh, great tackle.
And good chase from Catalan.
Exceptional tackle. I think it's Sigismo who chases the kick along with Big Ben Pomeroy. What a wonderful reaction, and Scott Griggs shakes his head in disbelief. It's that last bobble there, that last kink, that makes Scott Griggs hesitate, and he can't get down low enough, and he's fuming.
Well, Sigismo, that's good play, isn't it? He wasn't just content with tackling Scott Griggs. He wanted to keep him, he held him upright, he pushes him over the try line, kicking on the third play, and good work from Morgan Escudero.
Good goal line dropout from Danny Brough. Look how far back Lucas Albert has to field that ball for the Catalan Dragons. Lima puts his shoulder to the wheel for the Dracs. Here is Albert, just keeps it simple. Muniz has lost that ball. Henderson keeps it alive. Play on, says the referee. Krishnan Inu salvages the situation for Catalan. And then, better still, gets the penalty. And eventually helps Aaron Murphy up.
It was a sloppy offload from Catalan. And while the Giants were trying to prevent the ball, oh my word, there's a nice piece of play from Scott Griggs and a poor piece of play from the Dragons.
Penalty in a game like this, a game as tight as this, and they failed to find touch.
Well,
and
that's
then, now they've compounded it.
It's just criminal, isn't it? You get the penalty, you'd expect to get the field position. Good play from Scott Griggs. And then because of the frustrations, you give that penalty away. They'll just take the time here.
And Danny Brough will do just that. He won't miss touch. And that's a big let-off for the Huddersfield Giants, because Catalan were looking to capitalise on that last penalty in their favour. Oh, another Catalan player reels away from the tackle with a knock.
Well, I think it's Krishnan Inu. Big, powerful charge from Joe Wardle.
Does that give us a minute?
I think it probably is, yeah.
Just got an elbow there.
Elbow in the collarbone, isn't it?
Is it a stinger?
You'll have to ask him.
Dr. McDermott.
I was asking him. Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're right. He's just caught a forearm or an elbow to the top of his shoulder. Sometimes the trap, he's hurt his knee. Yep.
It's not a laughing matter for Remy Casti, that's for sure. Play held up once again. Inu, there you can see him in just the left of the shot. Eventually hobbles back into the line.
Well, Hull FC had to do it last night, didn't they? They lost Gareth Ellis, they lost Leon Price. They were just down to 2 fit subs.
It wasn't nearly 30 degrees at KC Lightstream. I know it's pretty tropical in East Hull, but it wasn't quite as warm, was it?
They felt it on the sideline, Bill.
Here is Cudjoe. He probably had your thermals on, that's what it was. Huddersfield looking for some points to put a bit of daylight between themselves and the Catalan Dragons in this gruelling game. Crabtree. It's a real bashing battle up the middle of the park for these two sides. Muniz right in the face of Big Earl. Robinson now. Robinson wrong-foots them, almost wrong-foots them, except for Jeff Lima.
There could have been a penalty there, right arm in Luke Robinson's head then from Lima.
On the last now, short ball, keeping it alive. Brough over the top. Still going backwards. Wardle, little chip kick. Not a bad kick after all that. And Sigismo has lost it. And Sigismo gets out of trouble by the skin of his teeth.
Oh.
Do you know,
his heart was in his mouth then.
Considering he's only had 2 games, he's looked decent on that left wing, hasn't he?
And he was under all kinds of pressure. First of all, from the kick, but then from the chase. Well, more than 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes left of this game. I can't tell you which team's going to win.
But if Huddersfield can keep Catalan down this end of the field, then it's going to get harder and harder for the Dragons. So, especially at errors like that.
I was going to say, Bill, and the more that they'll start pushing the ball and trying to play outside of them.
It might be as simple as that. Play the territory game. I think Hull FC did that to great effect last night. Just kept kicking long, relatively risk-free with what they were doing with the ball, and just played all the game up their opponent's half.
Akumatai on, he's lost the ball. And Akumatai's gone down with a touch of cramp by the look of things. And as long as they're coming up with errors like that, Huddersfield aren't safe.
Well, he gets this right-arm fend away. Gets it into Tony Gigo's face, then goes down. the attention from Chris Ninu, who comes in to help effect the tackle. They're both sides again, the latter stage of the halves, making those mistakes. Alba there, and then Akumatai, as Pelissier looks to bring a bit of spark to this Catalan's attack.
Head and feed to the Catalan Dragons. Be hot next week when Hull FC take on the Wigan Warriors, but not as hot as this. 7:30 Sky Sports 3 for Hull against Wigan. Penalty goes Catalan Dragons' way. And then on Friday, St Helens take on Hull Kingston Rovers. That's again 7:30, again Sky Sports 3. Round 23 games before we get to the Super 8s, due to start on Thursday, August the 6th. And Huddersfield hoping that they'll get that 4th place finish, which gets them more in terms of home fixtures. And 2 points here would be very good in that quest. Here's Pomeroy. Pomeroy gets the pass away. Little ricochet off. Thought it took a ricochet off Cudjoe, but went backwards. Oh, then that's certainly gone backwards.
Well, that's just sloppy, the last 2 players for Catalan. They need a couple of the senior players to step up to the mark, help Lucas Albert out here.
Sigismo has gone without it.
That was a great shot from a big man to bend down and hit Sigismo around the ball. Is it Akumatai, is it? That's a good shot.
Well, the winger felt that.
His shoulder right into the ball.
Huddersfield ahead by 14 points to 12. The players weary in this heat. And slow to pack this scrum. Taking a drink on board with the opportunity to do so. And here's Jermaine McGilvray, scorer of another 2 tries. He got 2 against St Helens last week. He's got 2 in this game.
The list set of 6 for me for Huddersfield will just be 5 carries from the ruck, kick it into the corner, just play the territory game.
Henderson, what a wily campaigner Ian Henderson is. He just put himself in the way, but not in the way there.
Sorry, Bill, I was just going to say that. Luke Robinson just trying to earn his side a penalty by getting at Ian Henderson. Craig Ubi asking the referee, are they too long on here?
Scrappy game this. Coming up to the last 10 minutes. Huddersfield, though, at the moment on course for victory, but they're not home and dry yet.
There's been no ruck speed in the game. Neither side has been able to get any kind of momentum when they've had the ball.
Jack Hughes, well, that one goes to ground. Brough couldn't take it. And even Danny Brough, who's normally a safe pair of hands.
Well, I said it before, when Joe Wardle didn't go and drop on the ball, it's not you cheating when you cut corners, it's just you're assessing whether you can get away with not putting that effort in, and Danny Brough didn't bend down far enough. It was a low pass, but 99 times out of 10 he'd catch that, and likewise Morgan Escaré.
Well, Escaré just, the ball slithered from his fingers there. Sweaty hands and hard to grip the ball.
Do you know, you become a rugby league player, you be a player because you enjoy playing the game. Why would you want to be a coach? Standing on the sideline thinking, I didn't see us practicing this early on in the week.
The players having to contend with very, very hot, difficult conditions. Akumatai wearily to his feet. Brough stabs a little kick in. Sigismo will try and get out of trouble again. This time he won't.
Well, Danny Brough on the 3rd play just drops it onto the boot. Sigismo just not going to take a chance and see if the ball goes dead. He makes a play for it, and then he's put under pressure. As soon as he turns round, he's got Jack Hughes, and then Jermaine McGilvray comes into shot.
Well, it doesn't matter which form of rugby he's playing, Sigismo, he's got plenty of ticker.
Yeah, he has.
He'll run the ball. There's the mistake from Morgan Escarate. I mentioned it last week or the week before about fatigue. It makes fools of all of us. And the rugby league players, they need that energy, they need to focus. And there's quite a few mistakes that you wouldn't normally say were habitual.
Do you know, Bill, I'm going to throw one out here. Would you go for 1 point? Would you go for 1 point? Tries have been hard to come by. Both sides have scored one each half, 2 points in front. Would you give the penalty away to bring them back into side, or just go for 1 point and just take everything that's on offer?
That's a good question, and one I'm glad you asked. And instead it's a knock-on, and it becomes, at the moment, an irrelevance because Catalan will get head and feed.
Yeah, well, Lawrence, who gets up, just loses that ball. Ian Henderson is the man who's all over him. He's done everything he can, Ian Henderson, today. He's slowed the rucks down. He's just been all over the man who's playing the ball.
I'm going to answer your question, Tez. I don't think they should go for a drop goal. They're in front by the slimmest of margins on the scoreboard, and staying up here as opposed to getting the drop goal or attempting the drop goal is probably more important territory.
There's Catalan looking to make territory at the moment as Garcia plays the ball. Pelissier dragged to the ground, didn't like that. Here's Jason Viteri now. 4 tackles gone, Huddersfield doing well. Viteri looking, imploring at the referee. Difficult game for referee Joe Cobb, this. It can't be easy, Stuart. A game as stop-start as this, the players making errors.
No, it's not easy, but you've got to maintain your focus and look at what you're trying to achieve. Quick ruck speed, we just haven't had today. Perhaps when he does his review, that'll be the area he needs to look at. How could he have got this game going a little bit quicker?
Well, the players are knocking the ball on all the time. It's a difficult element to achieve. Kick too strong.
And to be fair to the referee, he's been talking to the players all afternoon, hasn't he? He's been trying to work with them because he knows that they're going to be frustrated because they're the ones who are making the mistakes.
But I will also say there's a time to talk and a time to blow your whistle. You have to say, right, that's it. This is what we're having.
Well, it's 14-12. 7 minutes to go. Huddersfield aren't home and dry yet. And they're looking for the points that will seal what would be a very important victory for them in their pursuit of a top 4 finish. Murphy struggles to his feet to play the ball. Robinson. McGilvray. Held, says the referee. This time, Catalan do heed his instructions and let go. Robinson. Darting run from Luke Robinson. Lima stops him in his tracks. Ellis now takes him down the short side. Jack Hughes. Hughes, though. Hughes versus Pomeroy has been a good battle. An ooh from the crowd at that hit from Pomeroy. Cudjoe serves it up for Brough. A little bit of pace at this passage of the game. And then Brough drills that kick into the corner. Good Catalan are urged to pack the scrum quickly, but it's not the sort of game where you want to do anything quickly.
Good decision, Bill. I'm going to revisit one of the points I made before about the territorial advantage of playing your opposition up near their try line. If this was the opposite, if this was teeming down with rain, the ball becomes very greasy, and you wouldn't raise your eyebrows if each team said, right, we'll just kick it long and put some pressure while we're defending. Even though it's not raining, not teaming it down, the ball is just as slippy. There's just as many mistakes. You're just as likely to lose your footing either through fatigue or the condensation on the pitch. So I think that's perfect tactics.
Well, the clock is now counting down for the Catalan Dragons. They need to come up with something. They need to get out of their own end of the field, which they are having trouble to do in the face of some really good defence from the Huddersfield Giants at the moment. The Giants know what they've got to do. Keep the pressure on. They've done that. Look at Brough applauding his teammates. Giroud unsettled, had his eye on what was approaching, and lost possession.
Well, it's Craig Kopchak who gets out the line. He comes across a couple of his defenders, knowing that Scott Jurdo was the man who was going to get that ball. He puts pressure on him, he gets in his eye line. You can see it's a bit disorganised, all Catalan. Morgan Escaré running back to try and get in position with his back towards the ruck, so he wasn't looking at the ball. The only man that was going to get that pass then was Scott Jurdo, and that's what allowed the time to Kopchak to get out and put that pressure on him.
Head and field to the Huddersfield Giants, and in good range of this Catalan Dragons line. They'll settle for that in the closing minutes of this game, the closing 5 minutes, but a try to put this game to bed would make them breathe a lot easier, but they're doing a good job here, the Giants are, in the closing minutes of this game. It's not been flashy, it hasn't been pretty at times. In fact, it's been downright ugly for long spells, but Huddersfield Giants won't mind about that. Here is Kopchak. He's stopped just short. Henderson low down to make the tackle, trying to extricate himself from the tackle zone. Brough ships it wide, or Ellis loses his footing, and just to make sure, in comes Jason Gutteri. Here's Brough. Brough, little chip kick, and that's good enough. That's good enough.
Well, it's just a bit more pressure. Danny Brough again, just stepping up to the mark, taking control, getting the kick away to exactly where he wants it. Scott Jurdo, is he looking for the short one here?
Well, they went for the short one, it didn't come off, and that could be the game for Catalan, because Huddersfield have possession, and Hubie gets the offload away. It's with Robinson now. Bang in front of those posts. So Huddersfield heading for an away win at the toughest ground to get an away win, the Stade Gilbert Brutus. Remember, only Leeds have won here. Salford drew in bizarre circumstances. 80 points in that game. No chance of a tri-fest in this one in hot and humid Perpignan. 14-12 the scoreline. And Crabtree gets to his feet to play the ball. Kopchak once more driving it in. The big men have done a great job for Huddersfield in this game. Short pass on, that sums up this match, because Lawrence goes without it. Lauren Fraser says pack that scrum quickly.
It's a handover, so you don't have to, you get on with it.
So even the coaches sometimes get it wrong.
You're right, Bill, it's been a horrible game, but it's mission accomplished, isn't it, for the Giants? They've gone to the South France, they've picked up 2 valuable league points.
Looking to make 4th place theirs. Castleford Tigers still with a chance of that. Warrington Wolves theoretically could get there, but unless Catalan can come up with something late on in this game.
Well, you can't switch off here now if you're a Giants player. You've done all the hard work, no matter how sloppy it's been, how many mistakes you've made. You're running out of time.
Couple of minutes on the clock. Henderson, 4 tackles gone. Here is Tony Gigot now. Gigot trying to use his footwork, but he's lost the ball, and Crabtree has picked it up. Another error.
Well, I think that's the game. No concern for the Giants in that last set of 6, when the Dragons have nothing to lose. That's when they're at the most dangerous. But it was a loose carry, a wild offload. Tony Gigot gives possession to Huddersfield.
Where is our old friend Sean McRae when you need him? This has been a knock-on-a-thon.
It has.
It's the best one. We'll have to send him a copy. He'll love it. He'll watch it every day for a month.
McGilvray, star of the show for the Huddersfield Giants, with his 2 tries, which have set them on the way to this important victory. And will they go for 1 point here? Brough shapes to kick, shapes to pass.
Kick it out, Bill.
Hasn't got the ball. Brough has the ball.
I think this is what Luke Robinson's going to do.
He is. into touch. Catalan will pack the scrum, but somebody is going to have to kick chase. Look at the blood on the brow of Luke Robinson and Craig Kopchak. Well, cut away there, but I love that. Kopchak was offering his shirt to Luke Robinson.
That's proper friends for you, isn't it?
That's a teammate.
Yeah, a bit of red sweat, wipe it away. He didn't do a very good job, though.
It has been a really bruising contest from the third minute, not even the third minute, when Elliot Whitehead went down in that horrible collision, and we hope that he is okay when the dust has settled from this game. But when the dust has settled, the Huddersfield Giants, barring any late drama in this game, will be celebrating a very hard-earned victory in the southwest of France. They'll head for home, knowing they've been in a battle, but it's a battle worth taking part in, because it's put them in good position to make sure of fourth place. Lucas Salbert has put that kick in. Escaré was miles offside. Murphy claims it and runs it back. They just need to keep possession.
Phil, it's just an ugly win. Louis Anderson comes off the line trying to hit Lawrence, dislodging that ball.
Kieran Purtill in charge. Paul Anderson back home because of serious family illness, and we wish him the best as well. He was unable to travel, but I think he has been watching the game, and all the best, Paul. And Kieran Purtill will be satisfied with this. It's not been the prettiest of games, and it's been a bruiser. It's been hard, uncompromising, not pretty. But here is Leroy Cudjoe, who to go in any moment, we think. There it is. There is the full-time siren. The Giants have got the win. That's all that mattered. It's helped their campaign for a fourth-place finish at the end of this first section of the season. But it's come at some cost, because it has been a bruising contest. More of a cost for the Catalan Dragons because of those injuries to Whitehead and Casti. But the Huddersfield Giants, with 2 tries from Jermaine McGilvray, have won this one by 14 points to 12. Inu and Escaré, the try scorers for Catalan. Giroud with those 2 goals. Ellis with 3 for Huddersfield. They'll head home. It's been a heck of a contest. Not the prettiest, but the Giants have got the points.
Enjoy Sky Sports Live on all screens, on the go, and the best bits on demand.